Hey friend, I'm out on a drive right now and everything is so green and beautiful. There are a couple of hawks flying around above me just now and they are impressive. I, I love this drive. Anyway, I wanted to connect with you because I came across a woman. Um, if you are following along on my Instagram page, then it's a woman that I reposted this morning. But I don't know. I found her content sort of encouraging and enlightening, dude. I'll I'll put her Instagram handle in the description of this. But I I haven't been able to fully dive into her whole story, but I saw such a mirror reflection of my own story in the little bit that I did go through, and I don't know, something about it is so encouraging. It is essentially a woman who's going, I am going to live. I'm not going to be afraid of what it looks like. You know, it doesn't matter, dude, that, like in my case, right? Here I am, a woman. I'm an older woman, dude. I'm essentially single. There's no essentially about it, dude. I'm single. Not only that, divorced. Okay. That there's really strong wind happening right now. So if you hear any noise, that's what that's about. It does make uh, these grasses flowing in the wind, dude, it just is beautiful. Anyway, um, it is so easy to go, well, I have had all of these different failures, and that's not even the half of it, dude. I could give you so many more failures, okay? I have had so many failures. Wouldn't it be easier, neater to just sort of quietly go into the this next stage of my life and not announce myself to the world in any way? And it really isn't like me. It really is not like me, dude. I that introverted side of me is pretty serious. And when it comes to like one-on-one communications, I love giving of myself completely. Okay, but this is different. This is me going on social media essentially and going like, yeah, let me tell you all about all of my different failures, dude. There's failure one, failure two, failure three. Not only let's talk about these failures, but let's really get into it, dude. Let's really take a look at it. What the fuck, dude? And it's not like a performance of the macabre or something like that, right? It's me looking at myself honestly and going, what were the steps, dude, that led you down those moments in your life? And how were you able to overcome them? Okay, these are skills. That's all they are, dude. Skills that you have learned over your life. Let's look at those things and let's talk about those things because they are useful. They're useful to you because then you can become aware, right, of what those things are, and you can put them in your toolbox and use them whenever you have need. And you will have need because life is difficult. You know, just because I have overcome so much of the fear of judgment doesn't mean that that's over for me. My feeling is I will have an unusual life for the rest of my life. That's my feeling, okay? Is that I will live in a way, I will make choices, I will come across choices, right? Where I can make a sensible, in quotes, choice, right? Or I could go with the choice that is more a reflection of who I am in my authenticity, even though it may lead to people talking judgmentally about me. Because, dude, we're people and people like to do that, right? We like to set judgments. And again, there are reasons why, there are so many reasons why we as humans can be judgmental. Some of it is just a matter of setting boundaries for each other, right? Going like, okay, this is correct behavior. Anything outside of this is incorrect, right? And so, if you have a person who is with a clear vision saying, well, I know that this is not like the standard way to live your life, but it is correct for me and my path. And so I don't need to be afraid. It's okay if people look at me and go, who does she think she is? She needs to, act her age, get some sense, or, dude, I don't know it could be a million different things. Okay. But do I need to be concerned about those things? Should it be the guiding principle of how I live my life is other people's opinion? And it's not even like for sure opinions, it's just perceived opinions, or, essentially, if I present myself to the world and say I am living in an unconventional way, and then I have moments of failure, right, then it can almost serve as a confirmation to those people who want to put judgments on me and say, yes, this is why we do not deviate from the path, dude, the correct path, the holy path, right, the only path. Everything else is essentially, sin, failure, incorrect, wrong, it could be a number of different things. Okay. And me, the kind of person that I am and the path that I'm currently on is that I'm going to talk about when those moments of failure come upon me, right? It's not like I do it with all this great joy, dude. It's 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 just what I'm doing in this moment, okay? And so it's fine. But the point is that, you know, even during those moments of failure, or in quotes failure, dude, I have to look at it and go, no, dude, it's just life. It's just me going like, this is what I think is correct. This is what I think is right. I know that my intentions are not bad. I know that my intentions are clean and pure. Okay. And so if I go down a path and it winds up being not the path that I'm meant to go on anymore, or in that moment, no problem, dude. I have such a trust in the universe that everything is going to be okay. And so I just, I look around, I go, what did I learn from being on that path? And then I carry on a different path, dude. I trust that I will eventually get to where I am going. It just is my belief. Anyway, it was just so wonderful to come across this woman, dude, and see her sort of like going like, I'm not going to give a shit about what it looks like. I am going to participate in my own life. Dude, it was like my heart chakra lit up. And all that means, dude, you can feel it. It's like a warm feeling in your chest, and you just go, oh my God, it feels so nice, right? That's the moment that I had, is I was looking at this woman and I was sort of going like, dude, she's a soul sister. I do not know this woman in this life. I may never ever talk. I have zero expectation that I will ever talk to her. I don't need to, dude. What she is doing is giving me so much courage. And so even though she does not know me, dude, and I don't know her, I am sending out so much gratitude for this person and any other person who chooses to participate fully in their own life. It is sort of fucking amazing. Anyway, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. Until next time, see y'all.